Well, hello everybody. Got a couple quick topics for you today, one of which I'm going to need your feedback. So get your favorite beverage, get a comfy seat, and let's get ready to talk about it. Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Low Def Media. Today I've got about 3 topics that I'd like to chat with you about. They're probably things that you've already seen, and I want to give you my opinion, but on one of these topics, I'm going to need your input. So let's start with the first one. DJI just came out with the new DJI Osmo Action 2. I don't know if you've seen it. Most of you probably have. It's gotten a lot of attention on YouTube, social media. I'm not probably the biggest fan. It's got that modular design, kind of like the Insta 1 or Insta360R, where you could kind of block them together. The main cube has the camera and the screen on the back. It's got internal memory and an internal battery, so you can't take out the battery and swap it out. So that's one detractor for me. Then it doesn't have a memory card on the main cube, so that's another detractor for me. I like being able to take that card out and throw it into a card reader for either my laptop or my desktop. I can even do that for my phone or my iPad, so it makes it super convenient. Now, it does have another module that you can connect to it that then provides extra battery and an SD slot. Now that's great, but then there's another one that provides the front-facing camera, battery, and SD slot. So what I'm curious about is how many of these cubes come in the initial package. The price is not cheap. It's right up there with the GoPro 10. And so once you start throwing in these added modules, and you're gonna have to get, you probably need at least both of those blocks. You'll need different mounts. You'll need connectors and a microphone, and you'll probably need an adapter for the microphone because it doesn't have a mic jack. So once you start throwing all these things together, that price point's gonna be pretty steep. And so it's not what I would say that's something that you can use right out of the package. I mean, you can use it, but it's not gonna be to its full potential right out of the box. Now, I've watched a ton of videos for the DJI Osmo Action 2, a lot of different content creators. And some are just absolutely blown away. They love this device. They think it's the best thing going, but I've seen at least 2. Camera Conspiracies, Casey over there, and Anthony LaPali, he had the same, very similar kind of view. He's not a fan. He's gonna stick with his GoPro. And I'm concerned about one, image quality. It's got a 155-degree angle of view. And it says 4K, but I'm wondering if it's gonna be 4K like the GoPro or 4K like one of my, I have an Akaso Brave 7LE that says 4K, but it doesn't look all that great in most conditions. You have to have a lot of light, and you have to have, just really great conditions for that thing to look good. So when it comes to that particular camera, I do like, okay, let me start by saying, let me say, not a fan, but I do appreciate the magnetic setup that they have, where you can just take it and clip it into either some kind of connection for it, whether you're gonna put it into a suction cup thing and put it on your car, or it's got a lanyard that you can put here and then it clips onto that, or a selfie stick and it's magnetic, so you can just pop it from one thing to another. But what I'm thinking, very similar to, and I thought I had my GoPro over here. Yeah, my GoPro. Just like you've got the cleats here, all right? You have to have these mounts wherever you're gonna put your GoPro. And it's gonna be the same for the DJI Osmo Action 2. You're gonna have to have those little magnetic cleats or connectors everywhere you want to put your camera. And now they do have one that's got the action camera set up here, then the flat magnet, and you just put the camera on top. But again, you're gonna have to have a ton of those to put them all over the different places. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do the same thing you do here, And that's unscrew it, move the clip, put it somewhere else, clip it back in. And so I don't see that. A lot of people online thought that that was just so, oh, it's so easy. You just pop the magnet off and you put it over here. But you still have to have all those different magnetic surfaces to put it where you want. So I don't see that as being as great as they're making it out. So then my second topic today, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm not trying to bash DJI. I've got a ton of their products. I've got the DJI Osmo Pocket 1. I've got a DJI Mavic Mini. And I like their products. But just because it's new and it looks cool doesn't mean it's great or that it's better than what's currently out on the market. So it's just different. All right, so the second topic. I'm reading it right here off of my little list. I got it under my flippy screen. Premiere Rush. For those of you who don't know, if you've got a photographer, I think it's a photographer bundle for Adobe. You get Photoshop, you get Lightroom, and you get Lightroom Classic. Well, that's all that came with it in the past. And in the past, I had Premiere Rush separately, and it was $10 a month, and you got extra storage. But I found that there were a lot of free apps out there that I could use. Like I've got iMovie on my Mac, and I have, what is it? I was thinking about this until I needed the name, and then poof, it just went away. But anyway, I've got LumaFusion. I knew if I talked about it long enough, it'd just pop up. So LumaFusion, I've got that for my iPad, and that's great. And again, it's free. But sometimes I just don't like editing a long, complicated video on an iPad. So I use iMovie. I can import a bunch of different clips there, and I can look at it on a bigger screen. So I prefer to do that for bigger clips. So those two are free. So I got rid of my Premiere Rush membership or account. But this week, I found out that if you've got the Adobe Photographer bundle, that's $10 a month, you get Premiere Rush free. I checked it out. I had deleted Premiere Rush off of all my devices. I went back out, downloaded it, and because I had to log in with my Adobe account, it recognized that I had the other bundle. And right away, I was able to use all the advanced features, and so I'm not paying anything for that. So that is a win, because over the years, they've really increased the efficiency and effectiveness of Premiere Rush. And it's got music, you can do some volume or some audio tweaks, you can change your filter, and you can change some of the settings there. So it has really, in my opinion, improved over the years. And now it's a very viable tool, and the fact that it's free makes it more betterer. All right, so what's the last topic? Here's the one that I need your feedback on, all right? So I've seen videos where content creators talk about the types of videos that people like or that people gravitate to. And I put these into three categories. One would be more of an action style video, where the person creating the content is out and about doing all kinds of great things, and they put it all together so this person takes you there, and there's a lot of action, whether they mount a camera to a motorcycle, they go hiking, they're skateboarding, whatever they're doing. It's action-packed, and people watch it for the action, okay? There's another type, which is kind of like this type, which is more informational based. It's talking head. Not a whole lot to it. It's not gee whiz. It doesn't do a whole lot other than pass along information that you, the viewing audience, will most likely find interesting, and that's why you tuned into the channel. Then there's this third category, which is kind of like all the graphics, where somebody will do all kinds of neat transitions and words pop up. It's not action necessarily with what the person's doing, but there's a lot of moving parts in the screen, and so it kind of keeps your attention like I kind of like a cartoon would on TV. It's just a lot of things happening. It's very animated. All right, so I need to know from you, what do you prefer? What do you gravitate to? Me personally, I'm looking for information. All right, and if somebody's going to talk about a thing, Like if they're going to do a review, I want to see the thing and I want to see how it performs and I want to see sample footage. I'm not so worried about the deep dive technical stuff. I saw a content creator talk about, a selfie stick, and they were talking about, yeah, it extends out this many inches and it's this much weight and, it does this and it does that. And I'm like, I don't care how much it weighs. I don't care how far it extends. Is it a quality product? What's the price point? What is it going to help me do? So like this particular selfie stick, you put your cell phone in there and it can do landscape or portrait, and it's got this little cool remote control. So those are the things that really that pique my interest. I want to know those kind of things. How can I use it? I'm not so worried about all the technical mumbo jumbo, but there are people who provide that information to you. So you tell me, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know, what kind of video content do you gravitate to? Do you really enjoy the action-based videos? Do you like the informational one, talking heads? Do you like the ones that have the splashy graphics and the transitions, which I personally find very challenging to do? So that's why I kind of sit right here and I try to give you the best image possible and roll the dice, hope for the best. So you let me know. And while you're down there, hey, if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more about things that I find interesting and products that I like, the channel's name's Low Def Media, so I try to come up with low-cost alternatives for your technology and fitness needs. So hey, become a subscriber. So really helps out a lot. But with that, that's all I got for you today. You have yourself a great Thursday, and we'll see you in the next one.